Alright, wrestling fans, I should start with my own timer and tell you that it's week 41 of the Wrestling Rundown. And tonight was the go-home Raw to Wrestlemania. So we made extra sure to all be here. I'm Thomas Wolf.
I'm Travis Colt.
And, wait.
Oh, we forgot Kevin Hawk.
Shit, we left him at the airport.
Well, he's getting a jump start on us.
Oh no, we haven't gone. Fuck, where did we leave Kevin Hawk? We haven't gone to the airport yet.
Well, he might be that. Maybe he's ready for us to go to Mania.
I don't know. If you know where Kevin Hawk is, post in the comments. Please. This could be a serious issue.
Yeah, because I need to find him by the end of the week because him and I are actually going to WrestleMania. So if you have any information, all of our information down in the description. Message us on Twitter, email us. Don't email Kevin Hawk.
Yeah, he's not
because it's not going to help at all.
Or email him, ask him where he is.
Yeah, and let us know.
Yeah.
Post a picture with him on Instagram. Follow my Instagram. It's down there.
You can find a picture of Kevin Hawk with Mick Foley.
Yeah.
So just post that.
Yeah. Check that out. Yeah. Check that out on our Facebook. I've got a.
He's still with Mick Foley, I bet.
That son of a bitch. He went to the Mick Foley after party. Well, anyway, yes, tonight was the go-home show to WrestleMania, the final Raw. Usually, everyone's like, well, what about SmackDown? Well, SmackDown doesn't usually count as far as going into Mania. It's always the last Raw. What happened on the last Raw?
Yeah, that's the big deal. Plus, this is the last Raw. This is what I said in the intro. I said this is the go-home Raw.
Yeah.
That's the go-home SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm also not wearing a wrestling shirt.
Wait, you telling me it's not Roman Reigns is playing Aquaman? Justice League movie?
It might be actually.
Huh. Let's wait and find out. Let's run through the matches we had on Raw tonight. We only had 6 of them, which is makes sense.
Yeah.
The fact that we're doing a lot of build up. We had R-Truth and Dean Ambrose defeat Luke Harper and Stardust. We had the primetime players Eric Rowan, Zack Ryder, and Ryback defeat Miz, Mizdow, The Ascension, and Adam Rose. Yeah. Let that one simmer for a second. We had Nikki Bella defeat Paige. We had the Matadors and El Torito defeat the Masters and Natalia. We had Rusev defeat Jack Swagger. And then we had Dolph Ziggler defeat Daniel Bryan. A lot of interesting things happened on this Raw. But I don't think we could have opened with anything more interesting than the first ever opening Raw with Sting.
Yeah.
We opened Raw with Sting. He came down, super excited. Like, I love the fact that Sting is still so into his character, and he hasn't wavered from how he's acted ever. So I still believe that it's Sting. Like, he hasn't gone through any kind of change, other than, like, attire differences. He's still very much that character.
Yeah.
He comes down and...
It's definitely still Sting. He's still the same person. They didn't, get someone else paint him up.
Sure.
I'm sure. Not this time, at least.
Because there was a fake Sting at one point.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Imposter. That's why he's not there anymore.
Yeah,
they realized.
So yeah, definitely still...
What? Oh shit, what the...
This is a sign. CM Punk's coming back at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But no, it was definitely still Sting on Raw. But yeah, it was
Maybe
cool.
It was CM Punk.
Dressed up as Sting?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Sting, whoever was, Sting opened the show.
Yeah. It was cool because he was excited. He's like, so this is what it's like to kick off Monday Night Raw. He's doing all of his signature stuff, and simply talks about how I'm known as the WCW soldier, the guy who never left. And at WrestleMania, I'm gonna be the one to bring Triple H down. And this would bring out Stephanie, and this is something that was really interesting because despite the whole, obviously Sting's never been in WWE, but to have him face off with one of the most iconic authority figures in WWE history was really interesting. So you have Stephanie come down, you know, and she pokes fun at Sting about how, oh yeah, you know, WCW lost,
Yep.
you lost your pride, all this stuff. And, you know, she's giving him the McMahon treatment. You know, he's the new guy in town, so, you know, he's getting the runaround from the McMahons.
Yeah, well, I mean, he, you know, went down with the WCW ship and hasn't really been seen or heard from since.
Yeah, but now he's back and he's ready to take down the Authority.
He's back and older than ever.
Well, that's kind of how it works. So yeah, this kind of gets to a point where, you know, he says a few things that really get under Stephanie's skin.
Yeah.
And so she, you know, being Stephanie McMahon, obviously goes for the bitch slap. But he catches her arm. And
Which, if anyone else has done that, it's only been a handful of guys.
Yeah, it's only the smart ones that ever. Well, there's the aggressive ones that let it happen because they know it's going to piss them off.
Right.
But, you know, Sting, being as calculated as he is, caught the hand and was, you know, staring her down like, were you really going to do that? And this brings out Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H, you know, already, you know, taking the tie off, taking his jacket off, undoing the buttons on his shirt. He's ready to fight at this point. Meets Stephanie around the back. He says, did he put his hands on you? And
he said meet Stephanie around the back. I'm sure he's done that a couple times.
That's probably how they met. So yeah, you get them. You know, they meet up by the ring. He's like, did he put his hands on you? And Stephanie's playing the whole victim card. He gets in the ring.
Yeah, he stopped me from slapping him, the jerk.
Yeah,
just go beat him up.
You know, he gets up on the apron and he's ready to go after Sting. And Stephanie, like, it freaked me out for a second. I was like, what is Stephanie doing? Because she, like, ducks down. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And then she does that creepy little, like, face above the ring apron. But she's got the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And
it's like, honey, you're going to need this. That's Sting.
Yeah, it's Sting, honey. You're gonna need all the help you can get. So, yeah, so...
It's not like he has his bat or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he does.
Like, that was the first thing. I was like, oh my god, if he drops the bat out of his sleeve, I'll lose my mind. But he had it hidden inside of his coat. He's got a fucking pocket in the inside of his coat for his bat.
Yeah.
That is fucking cool.
How do you request that from your tailor? Like,
only if you work in professional wrestling can you do that. Hey, I need a hidden pocket for my bat.
I just feel like if he goes to like a regular tailor, like just as Steve Borden, like, you know, he just goes to a normal coat tailor and he's like, okay, can you make sure there's an inside pocket? Yeah, it has to be like the size of a bat.
It's gonna be about 4 feet long, maybe like 6 inches deep. Not very wide. It needs to be tall.
Yeah, I need to.
What are you gonna put in there? Don't worry about it. I think that freaks some people out.
Like, I'm a baseball enthusiast.
I always have to have my bat with me. But yeah, so you know, Sting pulls that out, and we have the cool face off. You know, Triple H is like ready with his sledgehammer, but Sting's not letting him in. He's swinging the bat around. Like, the crowd's getting into it, and Triple H obviously pulls the heel move and walks away. He doesn't want to deal with it.
Well, he remembered what happened last time.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for any member of the Authority the last time Sting had his bat, even though Triple H did have his trusty little sledgehammer. But yeah, I mean, this was a cool way to start it off. I'm glad Triple H, you know, took the heel route, walked away.
Well, something that I thought was interesting, this whole time, you know, Triple H has been calling Sting out, talking shit, running him down, and Sting's been doing his silent, you know, kind of like guardian, watching from the shadows type gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, Sting did the talking, and Triple H didn't say anything.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even think about it that way. That's cool. I like the fact that we got Sting to talk. I feel like we needed him to at least address how he felt in a promo fashion prior to Mania, and it didn't need to be too much. He was just able to get across who he was, what he was standing for, and then cause the interaction.
Yeah, they didn't have him do anything like weird, like pretend to be the Joker or anything.
who would do that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of like the worst idea I could think of. Like maybe they did like if they did like red paint over his white paint and like.
Are you talking like smear it and stuff?
Yeah, kind of maybe.
Ew. Let's move on before this becomes a thing. We find out that we're getting a vote for who Randy Orton is going to face. The choices are Big Show, Kane, or Seth Rollins and J&J in a handicap match. We'll have to find out who that goes to. We also see Paige and AJ kind of talking because apparently Nikki Bella has issued the challenge to either one of them. They have to decide which one of them gets a title match on Raw.
Yeah.
So they get to choose, and this is 6 days away from WrestleMania. So this is going to cause some issues. We'll have to see how that ends up playing out. But we had our first match. We had R-Truth and Dean Ambrose taking on Luke Harper and Stardust.
That's a weird fucking mix of people.
I think
I like all of these guys. But like even a month ago, had you told me we were getting this like go home Raw to WrestleMania,
that's the great thing about this
I would have said,
match.
"Who the fuck are you and what are you doing in my house?"
That's the great thing about this ladder match is we're getting so many different combinations of guys we didn't think we'd get, and every one of them is relevant.
Yeah,
it gets better. We'll get to that a little bit later, but the end of the Intercontinental stuff on Raw was great. We had a really great match, great tag team match. R-Truth and Dean Ambrose pick up the win after Luke Harper is on the outside, gets dove on by Dean Ambrose. That distracts Stardust. Oh man, and he like goes off to do his own dive and then turns around into the lie detector from R-Truth. So
R-Truth gets a win.
R-Truth picked up the win. That's awesome for him.
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time that's happened.
Probably the last time
on Raw, I mean.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably won on Main Event recently, maybe.
It's probably been
not. I don't know.
Almost as long as like Zack Ryder appearing on Raw. But we know that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, a great way to start off the action as far as the Intercontinental title is concerned. We had a cool little thing where they brought up the kids that are going to be in the Special Olympics. They got to stand up on stage.
Yeah, good for you kids.
And do a little interview session with Renee Young, which was really cool. We had a Roman Reigns video, very very reminiscent of the Brock Lesnar video we had last week.
Strong person-y.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
it's not a bad video, but it's just like I don't care.
Yeah, the video packages like prior to the show don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see what Roman Reigns has done over the last 2-3 months because
I've been watching wrestling for the past 2-3 months.
This is why recaps are stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Like, recaps of what happened last week, a couple times is okay. Because you want to keep it fresh of what led into this match.
Right, I don't catch every Raw or SmackDown. Sometimes I gotta miss it, but, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a Roman Reigns video. I didn't care that much for the Brock Lesnar video last week either. Then we had, leading into a 10-man tag team match, we had Miz and Mizdow interviewing Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. This
was a pretty good segment.
This was great. This is such a good way to add fuel to the fire for this storyline. Because, you know, we have Miz... asking
stunt doubles, right?
Yeah, asking them if they ever do stunt doubles.
They're like, no, not really.
No, if I get hurt, I get hurt. I mean, I do my own stunts. Like, yeah, but you know, don't they try and take the spotlight away from you? Like, no,
they can't really do that.
No, they're there to help you, like support you, make you look good, and then they like ask how long Mizdow's been his assistant. And I haven't had it for very long.
And he's not very good at his job.
Yeah. And so he's just trying to put down Mizdow, but Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart are just making him so much more important.
Well, they're putting like Mizdow, he's got the look. Has he ever thought about doing anything for Hollywood? And
and then Miz is like, hey, can you go get me some water or something? Do you guys want water? He goes, no, we're good. And Will Ferrell's like, hey, you know what, Mizdow, I'll go get you some water.
That was the best part to me for some reason.
That Will Ferrell went to get the water from. I think it's great. Go to WWE.com. You can see the whole interview. They just kind of showed a little part of it.
I was thinking, well, Miz really needs to put his character over more. It's freaking lollipop like this. Not in the same vein as Adam Rose, but that he can gesture with like this when he talks.
Well, he'd get close to that because he'd be teaming with Adam Rose and Damian Mizdow and the Ascension taking on the primetime players Ryback, Zack Ryder, and Eric Rowan. What the fuck? The only way this makes sense to me. Granted, the match was pretty good. It was fun. You get a lot of guys you don't usually see. But the only way this makes sense is the Ascension all of a sudden in the Andre Battle Royal? Because everyone else in the match is.
I think they're like, okay, it's the Go Home Raw before WrestleMania. What matches are we going to... Oh, I know. Put all the names of the wrestlers in a hat. Just going to fucking draw them, and that's going to be the matches tonight.
Yeah. We're gonna pull out... we know we're going to have at least a tag team on either side.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll do Mizdow and Miz, and then we'll do the primetime players. All the other guys from the Battle Royal in a hat, the Ascension. Oh, we have another tag team.
That's cool.
We could do Ryback and Eric Rowan. All right, and then, let's see, do we have another feud?
Go Team Ziggler.
We'll do that Twitter thing between Zack Ryder and Adam Rose. And voila, you have a tag.
Sadly, this 10-man tag match was not as good as their match from Main Event last week.
No.
That match was fantastic, and I'm still talking about it.
That's because we love Zack Ryder. And Adam Rose. No, this match was still really entertaining. You had a lot of really good spots.
Yeah.
Mizdow coming in, getting the blind tag, hitting the... he used to call it the reality check. Now he calls it like the Wizard of Oz. It's like the backbreaker, neck breaker, nip up, took the glasses off, was just fucking into it, man. The Ascension had a good tag team spot. The primetime player, Darren Young looked good. You're welcome, Kevin Hawk. It was
Darren
good.
Young, he hit the ropes in a fucking...
What the fuck was that?
Is that just how gay guys hit the ropes?
Whoa. I don't think so. I don't think Pat Patterson ever hit the ropes like that.
Yeah, but he was never out in WWE.
He was still gay.
I know, but he was trying to hide it, so...
Oh, if he hit the ropes like that, people would know he was gay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being gay.
No,
it was just...
I'm just wondering if that's why.
It was really bizarre to see him do this, because he hit the ropes sideways like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Because Rey Mysterio always bounces off the second rope. And when he did that little thing, I was like, what in the world is that? But, it's new, so good for him. The face team ends up getting the win after Ryback hits the meat hook clothesline and the shell shock on Miz. Awesome bump by the Miz out of the meat hook clothesline.
Yeah, best thing you've done in your career since something else? I don't know.
Probably since he was champion.
Yeah, but...
So, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time, Miz. Then we find out the result to the very first vote, where we get Seth Rollins and J&J taking on Randy Orton in a 3-on-1 handicap match.
This was cool.
This was very well done. It went exactly the way I wanted it to, because we were really worried that they were going to do...
They were going to blow their load.
Yeah, we're gonna see Orton versus Rollins 6 days before they go one-on-one at Mania. Fuck. But they did it perfect. They had Rollins play the heel card so well, try and pick his spots, but Orton was still able to win because Rollins was trying to run away as much as he could.
Just goes to show why Rollins isn't champ yet. Because he was trying to pick his spots, and he couldn't find a spot to, get at Randy Orton. That can be looked at in a broader sense, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he just cannot find his fucking spot.
Yeah. He's not very good at picking spots. Yeah, Orton ends up getting the RKO on Joey Mercury, I believe, getting the win, and Rollins runs away like a little bitch, which is perfect. It's
that's what we want heels to do.
Absolutely perfect. Great build towards that match. Then we get the discussion between AJ and Paige as to who's going to get the title match against Nikki. They're arguing. They know.
Well,
AJ knows it's a trap,
and AJ's trying to be like, "Hey, we should be smart about this. You can have the match if it's fine." And then Paige is like mean.
She was very adamant about
maybe like she doesn't know where Kevin Hawk is either, and she's. I think maybe
Kevin, your woman is upset.
Yeah, she's taking it out on AJ. Come on.
Punk is not going to be happy about this.
And he's coming back at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's coming back at WrestleMania. The shirt is a sign. So pretty much, I guess, in what was a little bit of banter, they officially decided that Paige is going to get the title shot. So then we go into Nikki versus Paige. This match was great.
Yeah,
This gives me so much hope for the match on Sunday. I'm so excited. This was great stuff. You had AJ and Brie in their respective corners.
Yeah.
Paige and Nikki fucking went at it, kicked out of some great moves, a lot of great false finishes.
Yeah.
There was the one point when Paige hit her super kick, and she was so sure that she won. And when she didn't, when Nikki kicked out or got her shoulder up, Paige freaked out. She's like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Like, she was so worried. And the end spot, you get Nikki and Paige like fight to the outside and hit the outside.
Brie, or Paige thinks Brie's coming up.
Well, yeah, because Brie was out there, and there was a fight between her and AJ, and AJ kind of fights off Brie. No. Paige fought off Brie because Brie was coming at her.
Yeah,
and so she thought it was Nikki.
Oh yeah,
who was behind her. AJ comes up to be like, "Hey, are you okay?" No, we're doing this all fucking wrong. No, it was AJ fought off Brie.
This match was confusing.
There was so much going on. This was like the best thing.
Basically, long story short, Paige ends up accidentally elbowing AJ in the face.
No, other way around.
Other way around.
See, he's confused. No, so we're gonna start this over.
Okay.
So we get Nikki and Paige fight to the outside, and then you've got AJ and Brie getting involved.
Yeah.
AJ fights off Brie, while Nikki's down on the outside. Paige comes up behind her to like, "Hey, is everything all right?" AJ knocks Paige in the face with her elbow, thinking that it's Nikki trying to get at her. And when she turns around, she goes, "Oh God, I did not mean to do that." So then Nikki's able to get the advantage, toss Paige in, hit her with the rack attack, and get the win. This was so good, and it makes me wonder just how this match is going to end up. Because afterwards, then we get the cat fight between Paige and AJ.
I have a theory.
All right.
AJ and Paige are going to be like at each other's throats at the very beginning of the match. But I think they're just like fucking with the Bellas.
Ooh, you think it's a ruse?
Yeah.
All right. That'd be cool. I'm down for that. I think it's a ruse in a different sense, but we'll get to that during WrestleMania predictions. We then find out we're getting another vote to see who's going to be the special guest referee when Daniel Bryan takes on Dolph Ziggler. And the choices are the other 5 participants in the Intercontinental Ladder Match. So do the math there. I don't need to list them out for you.
The Intercontinental Ladder Match.
Yes.
So all these men are from different continents.
No, they get to wear an Intercontinental Ladder.
Oh, okay.
It's a ladder that's been to different
It's
continents.
It's a ladder's hung from the ring, and you have to climb the title to get to it.
That something tells me that's not going to work very well. Then we get. Oh, we didn't even talk about earlier. During the 10-man tag, we had Bill Simmons on commentary, doing his banter with with JBL. He didn't do a lot. He stayed on commentary.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I mean, he's an analyst from ESPN. He did some good stuff.
Which I didn't fucking know. Because I don't watch sports.
I found this out last night while me and Kevin Hawk were meeting Mick Foley. The guy
Mick Foley was like, hey.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons.
It's like, hey, you guys know about Bill Simmons?
No, Mick Foley did not tell me. But yeah, so he had his little spot there. But then we had Snoop Dogg come out and do his thing. He's talking about WrestleMania coming up. By the way, Snoop Dogg, WrestleMania is not in Hollywood.
No,
it's in Santa Clara, at Levi Stadium.
Oh.
Anyway,
Silverdome, right?
Yeah, brother. So Snoop Dogg does his thing. He starts talking about WrestleMania, Snoop Mania, all this stuff, which brings out Axel Mania.
Yeah, the one Mania that you should be talking about.
And then he goes on his whole thing, being Curtis Axel and how he's gonna win the Andre Battle Royal and all this stuff, and Axel Mania's run wild, and then Snoop turns it around on him and says, "Well, you talk about." You want to talk about Axelmania? You want to talk about Snoop Mania? You want to talk about WrestleMania? You forgot about the one Mania that actually matters, and it's this one. And we get Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan comes out, does his whole shtick against, Axel. Axel does the shirt rip.
Yeah, he goes to punch Hogan. Hogan blocks it, punches him. And Snoop Dogg pushes Axel out of the ring.
Yep. And then they do the... Well, actually, then
Snoop Dogg rips his button-up shirt.
Yeah. He's skinny. He needed help. And he's a rapper. He's not a wrestler. So he rips the buttons off of his shirt. He's got a Hulkamania shirt on underneath. And then him and Hogan do the whole ear thing, which was cool. It was a cool celebrity spot. And the fact that Snoop Dogg has done a couple spots for WWE before, it was, it
wasn't super overplayed. It was just like kind of...
It was very simple.
Yeah.
We had a rematch from SmackDown. We had the 6-being interspecies tag team match.
Yeah.
It was not nearly as good as the one on SmackDown. They flipped it with Torito getting a sunset flip pin on Natty when she thought she had it because she was the one that won on SmackDown. So the Matadors and El Torito get the win. We had the Usos out on commentary. The New Day were not there. This is all more build for the pre-show tag team title match that we're getting for WrestleMania.
New Day should have been on commentary, I think.
Yeah, I feel like they should have been on the other side of the Usos.
I just think, even instead, because here's my thing. The New Day is not getting over. But, when they're given mic time, mostly on the app, but like if you find any videos of them talking, they're really fucking entertaining.
See, I want to agree, but I don't feel like people would give a shit. We would, because we like the New Day.
People wouldn't give a shit. Well, it's like, when R-Truth was first on commentary, who gave a shit? Until he started being freaking hilarious.
Yeah. 6 days away from WrestleMania, though, doesn't really give them much of a chance.
I'm just saying it would have, like...
Get their point across.
Would have helped a little bit. Because
we
know the Usos, we like the Usos. We know...
We'll probably get the New Day on commentary on SmackDown.
Oh, because SmackDown's blue and they wear blue. That's why.
The blue brand. Then we have Kane talking to Wade Barrett, telling him that he has
give it up.
He has to take the title to hanging above the ring because that's usually
like, no, it's my thing. And Kane's like, I can take it from you. He's like, fine, have it.
Yeah.
That's the segment.
The reason being, if he didn't give it to Kane, Kane did have the authority tell him that he could strip Wade Barrett of the championship.
Yeah. This is one of the cases that I was really sad that Kane stuck to is like, well, I'm in charge. And I just wanted him to be like, I'm Kane. You're really going to argue with me?
I could kill you with a stare.
Right. Like, I can take your title or I can set you on fire. Which would you prefer?
You can have the title. Then we had Rusev versus Swagger. Very much...
It was a pretty good match. Rusev just kicked the shit out of Swagger.
Yeah. Swagger had his usual spots. He got the ankle lock.
Well, Rusev had some vicious spots.
Rusev had a good showing here.
Yeah. Like, and fucking got Swagger hung up, sitting in the corner, went on the apron and just clotheslined the shit out of him.
Yeah. Got on the outside, punched him in the face, and just really rough.
A lot wasn't at ringside with Rusev, so when Rusev went to walk in the accolade.
Rusev! Crush! Rusev ends up picking up the win with the accolade. Keeps the accolade in past the bell. Cena comes out to make the save. And beats up Rusev for a little bit.
And Rusev decides, fuck you.
Yeah, Rusev goes into overdrive and beats the fuck out of Cena. Chucks him over the fucking announce table. He flies into the chairs. The only thing that I didn't get out of this, because we had the super kick and we had Rusev being a beast. He starts ripping the table apart.
Which I thought was just because, well, fuck, I'm just going to destroy everything in my way. This table's in my way. I'm going to rip it apart. Because Rusev doesn't have, like, a finisher that can put someone through a table, so...
I mean, he could have come up with something.
Probably, but... that's how he took it when he started doing it. It wasn't, like, intentional.
Granted, the last time Rusev did try to do a move through the table, he got eliminated from Survivor Series.
Yeah.
He tears the table apart, ends up doing this wheelbarrow slam
that was awesome.
To Cena on the table. And they were thinking, oh shit, what's he gonna fucking do now?
I'm wondering if that was supposed to break the table.
I don't think so.
And if the accolade was just
it didn't hit the right spot on the table for it to break. It was very much a disorienting move.
See, that's the thing. I'm wondering if it was supposed to break the table, but it didn't at all. Like, it just fucked up. And so then he, like, oh shit, I'll just put the accolade. Because he put the accolade on Cena on the table.
It looked goofy.
Or...
Why do you do a submission on the table?
Or it's that Rusev knows people do their finishers on the table.
He doesn't quite get the idea that it's supposed to break the table. Alright.
Because when they do that in Soviet Russia, the table doesn't break.
Yeah.
Because they have higher quality tables.
Despite that spot, though, it was a very good showing for Rusev. And it makes him look very dominant. He grabs the U.S. title, shakes it a lot. Russian flag comes down. So, good build for Cena Wyatt. Or Cena Wyatt.
Yeah, Cena Wyatt.
I said that because Bray Wyatt's promo was next.
This was cool.
This was fucking epic. I got chills because Wyatt is in full focus of what he's going against. He knows what's coming. He knows he has to be on his A game. And he was so intense in this promo. And the fact that they, like, at first, he goes on his normal pace where he's talking about, talking in riddles as Bray Wyatt does. But then he hits that point where he starts to get intense and you hear the lightning hit.
Yeah.
The lightning strikes and everything.
I'm sure everyone else, at this point, I'm thinking, Taker.
That's exactly what I thought.
Taker's doing something. I didn't think he was going to necessarily come out, but I thought this was like Taker mind games. But then Wyatt explains how, no, Taker, I control the demons now. I control the spirits. I control their power. And so all this shit's happening while Bray Wyatt's talking, and, like, it's him.
Yeah. The fact that he has gained that power now. My favorite line was, he goes, I am the judge. I judge the living, I judge the dead, and I judge you, Undertaker, and I find you guilty. And he is just so in. He goes, and at WrestleMania, I will defeat you, and I will take my rightful place among the gods as the new face of fear. And he is just so intense in this, and the lightning is the thunder is getting stronger and louder, and his vocal is staying above that booming sound, which makes it so much cooler. What the fuck is that? Is that your... That is not the doodly 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 sound.
No. I was playing with the stuff while you were occupied. And I found one that's it's called Dungeon Keeper.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Bray Wyatt is the Dungeon Keeper. Is that our half an hour?
A little bit over, but yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got one more match and then 3 little segments to talk about. So yeah, awesome promo from Wyatt. Makes me even more excited for the match coming up. We found out Kevin Nash is the final name in the 2015 Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this is a really cool class.
I'm so stoked that I get to see all these people get inducted. This is super emotional with Connor and Macho Man being in it. Get to see Rikishi and Kevin Nash and the Bushwhackers. Such a cool... We get Alundra Blaze. Come on. This is fucking cool. I'm so excited I get to be there and see this happen. Then we had Natty and Tyson.
Yeah, the Burger King commercial.
What the fuck? This was way funnier than it should have been.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense because I didn't know Burger King was a sponsor for WWE at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was a classic take on... Or it was a new take on a classic joke with... Natty's on the other side of, like, this fold-out screen, getting her makeup on, like...
It looked like she had just finished getting dressed. She's out of her ring attire. She's in clothes. She's getting makeup done.
Tyson comes in with his Burger King and his headphones on, and he starts saying, I can't remember exactly what he said the first thing, but it's basically like, "Oh, I love you. I missed you so much." And Natty's responding, and then "Oh, Tyson, you know just how to make me feel better." She turns. And then sees Tyson has Burger King. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Natty, Burger King's chicken fries are back." And she's mad at first, but then she tries them. And Tyson, you have been replaced.
Yeah.
This is what was funny.
Yeah, Tyson hasn't been getting the job done, and I think Natty had the first orgasm she's had in 6 months.
Yeah.
So, good on you, Burger King. Giving Natalia Neidhart.
It should be your new tagline.
Yeah. Have it your way, just like Natty Neidhart. And then I guess what was our main event match? We had Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. We find out our special guest referee will be Dean Ambrose.
Fuck yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm cool. I was totally cool with Dean Ambrose again. I was kind of hoping for Stardust.
Yeah.
Because it would have been fucking weird. But yeah, this was a fucking great match. It makes me hope that we get a singles run between these two for the Intercontinental title post-Mania. But these two go...
Suicide killed himself.
He committed himself.
Yeah.
Such great pure wrestling with these guys.
Yeah.
Perfect way to end the night as far as a wrestling match is considered.
Yeah, but... Then it gets better because Ziggler wins.
Yeah.
Good job, Ziggler.
Hits the super kick, turns Bryan around, hits a zigzag, gets the win.
Ambrose decides, I don't like that ending, so he hits the Dirty Deeds 2.0.
Goes out, grabs a ladder, sends it in. He's going to go up and get the Intercontinental title, which is now hanging above the ring. We get the rest. We get R-Truth comes down, and we get Harper and Stardust and Barrett, and everyone is just laying waste to each other, trying to get a hold of the Intercontinental title. We're having finishers happen. Bryan is out at this point, Ziggler is out at this point, so we have the other 5 kind of going for it, and everyone gets laid out. Luke Harper ends up pushing the ladder over and knocking down Ambrose and Stardust.
Yeah.
And then the ladder comes back and actually falls on him and hits his leg and he sells it. And this is the first time I can ever remember there being a stalemate because all 7 guys are down.
This was awesome.
This gives no momentum to anyone. Granted we had Ziggler, Truth, and Ambrose all pick up a win on Raw. Yeah. But no one had a clear advantage over the other going into this match. And it was beautiful. I love the way this happened. Absolutely phenomenal. So, a lot of great build for that. Then they fucked it up.
Yeah, this should have been the ending to Raw.
But it wasn't
No.
because the epic face-to-face confrontation with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Let's get through this quick. Paul Heyman came out, said as Paul Heyman, you're fucking golden, don't ever change. Reigns came out, said his piece. I think. Did he say anything?
I don't think Roman Reigns said
Maybe
anything.
he didn't say anything. I don't care. It just Lesnar holds up the belt.
Okay, here's where it was good.
Yeah,
This spot was great.
Holds up the belt,
looking strong, and then Roman Reigns goes, "Fuck you," and then Roman Reigns has this cool moment, like this should have been the end of Raw. Like,
but then Lesnar's like, I want that back. Paul, make him get. Fine, I'll take it back. So he grabs it, and then they just kind of
fade out.
Yeah.
Why? Why was that your fade out from the go home show?
Why? I really hope,
stupid.
Really hope that after the camera stopped rolling, they had a moment like The Rock and Triple H did.
There's like, we're really close right now. This is awkward. Okay, on 3 we'll back up. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna back up. Are you gonna back up? Like,
just back up and drop.
Did Paul Heyman have to come in and tell Ringside News? Thank you for posing it. Looking like 2 children fighting over a toy.
Yeah.
Hurricane Helm saying that his 2 sons have more intensity over a toy than they did over that title. It was goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
Why? You ruined what otherwise was a great Raw.
Yeah, which could have been an awesome intent. You had an awesome intense stare down. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know. They should have just faded out with Roman holding the belt.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been too telling that Reigns is going to win.
I think everyone kind of expects it at this point.
I mean, it just would have been telling in the same way that, like with the Royal Rumble last year and when Orton won, where, you know.
True.
But anyway.
I feel like what should have happened.
They ruined a cool moment with a stupid one.
What could have even been better is if they both had a hold of the title, have referees and agents come down and back them up. Actually have Triple H come out and say, or have Stephanie come out and say, no, back them up. They have to wait till Mania.
Yeah.
And then you have like 4 or 5 referees holding each person back as like the championships like down in the middle of the ring or something. Or Lesnar finally got it back. It's just, have the epic stare down would have been great if it didn't look like they were fighting over a goddamn toy.
Yeah.
So, overall, Raw was good. Ended terrible. But a lot of good build.
You know what I would have done? Because I know Paul Heyman's not afraid of bumping. Maybe he is in his older age now, but fucking have Lesnar snatch the belt back and turn and leave. Have Roman go to do the Superman punch and have Paul push Lesnar out of the way and have Roman inadvertently punch Paul.
Maybe. I think the only thing wrong with that is that I don't think Brock would give that much of a shit. Because according to Mick Foley, Brock Lesnar has no feelings.
Well, I wasn't there, so I didn't.
Oh. Well, Mick Foley says that Brock Lesnar has no feelings.
Well, maybe, but Paul, I don't know. Paul's his only friend, though.
It's true.
So.
Other than his wife. And apparently kids.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That tripped me out.
Yeah. Well, he got Sable pregnant.
Anyway, that was Raw.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the Raw review. It's a big week this week. We got.
I have to take another side real quick.
Okay.
You know that a show like a Raw or SmackDown ended bad when we just start talking about random crap at the end.
Yeah. Good job, Intercontinental guys.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, so after the Intercontinental title match, everyone was down, and that was perfect way to end Raw.
Yeah,
good job.
Yeah, awesome way to end Raw. We got a big week this week. It's WrestleMania week. It's big time. Me and Kevin Hawk are going. I gotta find this guy. I don't know where the fuck he is. But later in the show, other videos are gonna be popping up over in this playlist over here. We're having WrestleMania predictions, obviously. We'll be having the SmackDown rundown, the midweek wrap up. And we're doing a special version of 5 matches since Kevin Hawk isn't here.
Yeah, he was supposed to do 5 matches,
yeah.
but
5 WrestleMania matches.
So it's going to be 10 WrestleMania matches this time.
Yeah, it's going to be both of our personal top 5 WrestleMania matches. Yeah. So be sure to look forward to that. Be sure to post down in the comments of this video or of the predictions video who you think is going to win at WrestleMania. Compare, if you're going to be at WrestleMania or if you're going to be at Comic-Con. Mr. Thomas Wolf is going to be at Comic-Con.
Yeah, find me. Say hi.
Comic-Con this weekend. Tweet at us, message us on Facebook, meet up somewhere. Let's talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, or if Comic-Con, let's talk about fucking anything related to that.
Yeah, I mean, before CM Punk made his entrance, he was wearing Aquaman.
Yeah,
that's cool. You want to talk about Aquaman?
Yeah,
let's talk about Aquaman.
Yeah, come talk to me about upcoming DC movies, and I'll tell you how stupid you are.
We'll see you guys later.